Because it will not no longer represent my values. And I understand the reason that we participate in the political process. It's not about a fashion show, it's not about a beauty contest, it's not about a...
Yeah, it sounds like a live chorus to me.
It's about making sure that our values are reflected in public policy. The definition of politics is the authoritative allocation of values in a society. And so if the Democratic Party and the Republican Party fail to represent our values and fail to provide us a public policy that represents our values, then we have to change our affiliation with those political parties and adopt a political party that does represent our values. That's what people all over the world have done. And they have shown us through the power of the ballot that they are able to take their country back. That's what happened in Venezuela, in Brazil, Argentina, Chile, Ecuador, Bolivia, Nicaragua, and most recently in Paraguay, where a former Catholic priest who adheres to the tenets of liberation theology was elected as president of that country. Now we can do the same thing. We don't have to be trapped in a box of conformity and a two-party political system just because corporate threats tell us to be afraid of voting our values. We want our values expressed in public policy. And that's why for us to not allow
the helicopter didn't show up.
those who have created
I just tried to film that helicopter. It didn't show up. Interesting. I don't get it. That's not supposed to be possible yet. I'm not kidding.
Well, the reason I declared
It's right there.
It was right by the transformer when I started, and I couldn't see it.
You were following it, and nothing showed up?
The Republicans.
I swear I was pointing right at the transformer, and it was right next to the transformer.
Yeah.
And I could see the transformer, but no copter.
They also, the Democratic majority in Congress,
I hesitate to even say it.
Didn't even mention hurricanes.
It's got to be my camera.
Yeah, it's got to be your camera.
It failed to provide us with a wage Medicare for all type of single-payer health care system, failed to repeal the Bush tax cut. We can go on and on about the failures of the Democratic majority in Congress. But now what we need is a political party that is willing to be the opposition party in this country. We want to represent those people who are willing to put their bodies on the line in defense. After all, it was Mario Savio, just a few years ago, who said to us, reminded us, that we have to, sometimes the operation of the machine becomes so odious that we can't take part. We can't even take part. And we have to say to the owners of the machine, either you will stop it, or we will stop it. And we will stop it by putting our entire body against the gears and the levers and the wheels of the machine. Now, at one time, there were some people who thought that that was what it would take. And in fact, I've seen people put their bodies against the gears and the levers and the wheels of the machine in the civil rights movement. They were willing to do that, and blood was shed. But we also turned a page on the history of this country, and we wrote a new history for this country. Now all we are asking people to do is to step outside of this box of conformity of the two-party system and vote their values. That's something that's very easy to do.
For better or worse, a lot of people don't think outside of the Democratic and Republican Party. You want people to step outside that box. What do you think the chances are then that you can get enough people to do that?
Well, I can only lead by example. And I've shown that it is possible to bear all of the scars that come with dissenting from an oppressive, outrageous policy that is supported by both political parties. And the Green Party has provided me life outside of the two-party system. The Green Party can also provide life to those who are willing to accept it. And I encourage them. Thank you.
We just had two visits by Mr. McCain and Obama here recently. Is there a last-minute blitz? Not last minute, we've got till November, but how important is Wisconsin to you and the blitz that's coming from here on out? What are you hoping to accomplish?
Wisconsin is extremely important. But, I mean, we're here at the Fighting Bob Fest. We're here to commemorate the service and the memory of someone who went against the grain, who was even willing to accept all of the denigration in public, the ridicule in public that came with standing firm on his values. And so even as he did that, he found that it was necessary to change political parties. If Bob LaFollette can do it, certainly we all can do it.